that's our philosophy. There's no boat that's going to work for every client.
Yep.
Every boat's different, every client's different, and every client will tell you a reason why it has to be that way, and any other way won't work. And
Yep.
so we're happy to do that.
This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be with Captain Carl Mahler of Baltic Workboats US to talk about this company and the vessels that it builds. But just to start us off, I'm sure many people watching this know the Baltic Workboats names. Why don't you just give me a little, that 50,000 foot view of the organization?
Sure.
Today.
Sure. So we have a shipyard. Our main shipyard's in Estonia. We're producing up to about 50-meter vessels. Company's been around 20 years. We started with the wave-piercing vessels. That's kind of started with pilot boats. Now we're doing search and rescue, patrol. We do ferries, we do tugs, electric ferries, hybrid diesel-electric, fully electric vessels. And then over the past few years, we've expanded to Finland. So we have a shipyard in Finland through Nordic Yards Group, and another one with Summa Defense. So we're now moved into the defense sector. And yeah, here today in New Orleans, featuring our pilot boat line. There's a good market for that here in the U.S. And over the past few years, we have a vessel in Florida, we have a vessel in New York, and we have one in Canada.
Okay. Well, you certainly know the pilot boat market because you are a pilot.
Yes,
so
sir.
why don't you just give me a little background on
Sure,
that
sure.
experience?
Yeah, I've been with the Port Everglades pilots for the last 15 years.
Yep.
So really busy port there. It's one of the busiest ports, one of the busiest cruise ports in the world. So yeah, I fortunate enough to get to ride around in the red boat here. That's our 15-meter vessel. So we've had that boat since 2017. The boat's got 23,000 hours on it, and since delivery, 1 out of every 3 hours that boat has been working. So we're really happy with it. Can't wait to add another one to the fleet.
No, it's amazing. As I discussed, we did obviously just a story with Captain Jim Weber, who had gotten that amazing new pilot boat for Gardiner's Island. And again, there's so many unique touches to that story that I actually had the opportunity to go out and take it on a test drive. And again, we were in 4 to 5 foot swells. That thing was cutting through the swells and handling. I honestly, it's not that I'm a test boat driver, but I've driven enough boats to know. I mean, the way that boat handled in some really adverse weather was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's not normal.
No, not normal. But I think what was even more amazing, and again, from Captain Weber talking about the relationship with the yard. Here he is. He's in New York, and he's building a boat in Estonia. And that is not something that a lot of people can say that they have done. The thing that really stood out to me was the relationship with the yard and the service that he got from the yard.
He came out to the yard and checked out the facilities, and it's a very modern facility. And most people, when they walk in the door, they're just like, wow, it's a really quite impressive facility. His project, just like any other, gets assigned a project manager. He's the point of contact. And, the world we live in now is getting smaller and smaller, and everybody's just a Zoom call away. And, anything that comes up along the way, questions, hey, should this bollard go here or there? Oh, let's just call him, Hey, Jim, you want it here or you want it there, And he would come by every 2-3 months during the build, just check on things. And, one time we had like a mock-up of the wheelhouse. Okay, you like where all these switches are, and really just kind of give him the boat that he wants, and that's our philosophy. There's no boat that's going to work for every client. Every boat's different, every client's different, and every client will tell you a reason why it has to be that way, and any other way won't work. And so we're happy to do that. And Jim knows if he has a problem. Estonia is 7 hours ahead. So if he's got a problem at night or early in the morning, he can call Arrow, and it's daytime for him. And if he's got a problem in the daytime, he'll call me. And that's what we do.
Absolutely
and
amazing.
Especially with a shipyard that's so far away. Obviously, that's going to be a concern for any potential client. So we want to take that off the table with every customer that we have. That we're going to be here to support the boat, and that's what we do.
I'm sure you're constantly, or Baltic Workboats is always innovating, and I know you have a new model. Can you discuss that a bit?
Yeah.
And really discuss what the outstanding characteristics
Yeah, sure.
are.
So we have, it's actually a sister ship to Jim's boat. It's this one on the wall here, this the 17-meter pilot boat. And that hull, we've delivered 4 of them. And Baltic Workboats has been building hybrid and hybrid diesel electric, fully electric vessels for now about 15 years. So we have a lot of experience in doing it. So now we're to the point where we're trying to get this technology on smaller and smaller vessels. So the 17-meter boat, it's got 230 kilowatt electric motors, a 250 kilowatt hour battery bank. So she can do about 15-mile range, about 2 hours, slow speed, which is great. A lot of pilots, we run a pilot out to a ship, and then we sit around and wait for the next one. And you could be sitting idling for 30, 40 minutes before the next job. So with this configuration, we can stop the engines and sit there on batteries and really kind of take a lot of the operating hours off the main engines, which, the fuel isn't so much of a concern when you're idling, but you're still putting time on the engines, which means you're still doing oil changes and all the other things that come with more engine hours. So it's really, has the potential to cut down on maintenance costs and engine hours for groups. So we're building 2 of these vessels. They're going to be a user in Lithuania. So the first one's in sea trials. The second one is not far behind. Probably after the holidays, that vessel will start sea trials as well. So we're pushing that boat here at the show. There's not many people that are actually making, electric pilot boats. So we've got our toes in the water, and yeah, it's a pretty complex vessel. There's a lot of systems in a small space, but we've done it on a larger scale. We did a 45-meter hybrid diesel electric boat about almost 10 years ago. And it's a lot of the same technologies, but everything's just getting smaller and smaller.
Excellent. So, Carl, really just one more question. Obviously you're Baltic Workboats US. You're in Estonia. There are always challenges to breaking in and expanding your presence in the US market. So when you look at the US market, the potential, the challenges, what do you see?
I see a lot of potential. There's over 50 pilot groups in the United States, but it's difficult. People want a boat that's built in the U.S. So we're exploring that, and we have partners that we work with to make that happen. But really, it comes down to cost. A lot of customers, they say, oh, we want that U.S. built boat, but when it comes down to the dollars and cents, and when they see how advanced the shipyard is, most of the customers are like, well, we don't want to mess with that. You guys got a good thing going on, and you build a really quality product. So let's just go with that.